All right, we're here with Fremont Bergan head coach Seth Mruz, coming off a state championship season, a dominating season, probably one of the more dominating Class C2 years on record. Talk about the year you guys had and kind of the outlook going forward.
Yeah, you know, we had a lot of great players, great senior class. Obviously, you know, Koa, Gavin, a bunch of good offensive line guys, Jared Boggs on defense, Cal Yankee on defense. We had just a really talented senior class that had been starting for 3 and 4 years, and just executed at a high level, stayed healthy enough to be, you know, maintain our depth, and we really, you know, kids wanted it. After being runner-up their junior year, came back and came back really focused, worked really hard over the off season, and just kind of took it game by game, and it was fun to watch. It was fun to be a part of. You know, I just roll them out there and hopefully I don't screw it up.
And it was a group that loved to compete. I mean, I even enjoyed watching you guys at the 7-on-7 at Nebraska with all the Class A teams there, and they were upset if they got beat in one of those. I mean, those guys want to win no matter what.
Yeah, they're winners. They love to compete. They love to win, and that's kind of how you get the results you get. And you know, they were shooting for shutouts. I think our starting defense gave up 6 touchdowns the whole year. I mean, they pretty much shut everybody else out until the JV team went in, but it was fun.
Well, and then you mentioned Cole McIntyre, but his brother Cade, who is just under 6'4", 202 today.
Yep.
You know, receiver, OLB, kind of can play about anywhere. What do you like about Cade?
He's long, he's explosive, he's got great hands, great ball skills in the air. He knows how to use his body, high point it. It's kind of, you know, he's got the speed and ability of a slot receiver, but he's got all of it in a big man, big wide receiver, big target body. So he's physical. I've never seen a kid stock block like this before. You know, I know colleges are having a tough time figuring out where they want to put him, whether it be an outside linebacker, a D end, wide receiver, or tight end. But the nice part is you have options, and that's what he brings to the table, and he's only going to get bigger and stronger and faster from here.
Yeah, and you've had a number of people either contact you or come in your building. I mean, give us an update on who you've heard from and who's come in.
Yeah, you know, North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Wyoming, Nebraska, they've all been in to see and communicate with Cade quite a bit. He was offered by USD last week. He's got a visit to Wyoming here next week. He's been to junior days at Nebraska. I'm sure he'll go to a spring game or something like that. And so he's got a lot coming up, and I think as the spring goes on, the momentum will build as we get into track season and everything like that. It'll be fun to watch. I think he'll have a good time. And
I think it's safe to say he's going to probably get the group of 5 type offers from the Wyomings and those schools to break up to that next level. What do you think has to happen?
You know, I think a need. You know, different schools have different needs, but what's nice about Cade is he's flexible. He fits into a lot of boxes. So we'll see what Nebraska has need for, maybe even a Kansas State, or you know, depending on what Iowa wants. You know, Iowa seems to like wide receivers from this state, so we'll see what happens. I think he's just got to continue to gain some momentum, gain some traction, and then once coaches get in to meet him, I think they'll love him.
When you got a number of other guys here today, and you know, one of your weapons will be on special teams. You brought your 2024 kicker, Alex Langenfeld, here. Yep. What kind of weapon has he been for you guys?
Huge. Had to convince him to try football. As an 8th grader, he was coming into high school. I'm like, you want to try kicking? Because we haven't really had a consistent kicking game for a while, and I just wanted to make extra points. And so he came in and we went out he goes, I've never kicked a football before. So we go out to the field and he starts rocking them from 30 yards, 40 yards. And I'm like, okay, we got a thing going here. So he's loved it so far. He shows up to practice a couple days a week while he continues his club soccer circuit that he does all year round, and really become a weapon for us. He can kick it out of the end zone. He specializes in, you know, line drive kicks, squib kicks, onside kicks. We really started to use it as a weapon for us. I know I talked to you in the state championship game about for a while there we weren't very good at kick coverage. So we used lobs and squibs to try to just not give up a touchdown, and sometimes we get turnovers.
It's like an onside kick.
It's an onside kick. So we ended up I think getting about 7, 8, or 9 of those this year, where it changes the complexion of the game. It goes back to last year too. We did the same thing. So just stealing away some possessions and just kind of making your kickoff return team almost field the entire 60 yards you got to field it, so it's fun.
Well, then you've got another guy here from 2023, Cooper Weitzel.
Yep.
Came in at 5'10", 155. QB, DB, athlete. I mean, how do you envision his usage this year?
He's gonna be our new Koa. He's a great dual threat quarterback. He's been working with Ryan Williams, who's a quarterback coach in the Millard area. He was the OC at Midland for a while. Was a quarterback and coach up at North Dakota State for a while. So we're lucky to have his resources in the region, and he's been working with him the last 2 years. And Cooper's just been behind Koa. That's kind of it's just the unfortunate thing for him at quarterback. But when he goes in at quarterback, I mean, there's not a drop off when we've put in our JV guys. So he knows how to command the offense. He runs super well. Like he's easily a low 4.7 guy, high 4.6s. I mean, he's got great agility, throws the ball well. He's a baseball player too. So we're excited about him to finally take the leading role and throw it up to Cade. And he's got great legs. Like I said, he's a strong runner. He's a confident runner. And then actually his strength is probably on defense. He's been our best cover guy the last 2 or 3 years, and that includes Koa. If we had a guy we want to lock down, we'd throw Cooper at him. And he's got great ball skills on defense. He's aggressive. He gets his hand in there. His hips move great. He's got great, plant and go, coming in on hitches and outs. We're excited about him. I think his next level, he'd be a DB, and he's not afraid to tackle anybody. I mean, he was second in our team in solo tackles this year as a defensive back at corner. So, I mean, that tells you how aggressive he is and how confident he is in his ability.
And then finally, your last guy here, a young lineman, class of 2024, Clay Hedges.
Yes.
Pushing 230 already. What do you like about him?
Everything. Got great feet for a huge guy. He's lean right now. He's got long arms. He's a wrestler, two-time state qualifier in wrestling now after his sophomore year this year. He moves well. His hands-on approach, he's a grappler. You can just tell that he locks people out. He's great on defense. He started probably half the games this year due to some injuries on the offensive line, and started a couple games as a freshman, even when we were having an injury bug hit us. And he's a strong, stout kid that's only going to get, he's probably going to, collegiately, he could probably get into the 280, 290 range very easily and be a tremendous athlete. Well,
Coach, I'm guessing a good chance we're going to see you again here in Lincoln maybe in November. I hope, right?
We'll see. But, yeah, we got a lot of work to put in.
We appreciate you guys coming out and looking forward to following your team here going forward.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks.